So take us to the delivery. I mean, obviously you've been in the hospital now 6 weeks, and was it pre-scheduled? Was it spontaneous? Like, and how far were you at that point? How did everything fare through that 6 weeks was there any additional complications? What happened?
The nurses and doctors they were like, you're the easiest patient. Thankfully, everything looked good throughout the time I was there. So when I got in at 32 weeks, they said the goal is 36 to 37 weeks for the C-section. But they were going to monitor me daily and make sure the baby was still on her growth curve. She did lose a couple percentages. By the end, she was like around the 9th or 10th percentage in weight, but she was consistently around that. It's not like she dropped a whole lot, so they felt fine. You know, they would do the psychophysical ultrasounds and make sure she was breathing okay, and heartbeat and everything looked okay. We do that like once a day. And then they did non-stress tests twice a day. So they did a lot of monitoring, and they said throughout, like, everything looks good. So we were hoping that, you know, she would stay put a little while until she was able to breathe a little better with her lungs developed and everything. So yeah, we made it to 37 weeks. It was a scheduled C-section, but they did say, you know, at any time we may have to do an emergency C-section if things started looking bad. But everything looked good. I had no contractions the entire time, thankfully, because they said if contractions started, then we'd just need to do an emergency C-section. I was very nervous because I never had a C-section before. And just the whole thought process of like, I'm being awake, but they're cutting my stomach open, that just kept freaking me out. I was very anxious about that. Very anxious. The nurses and the doctors in there were great, though. They were like, we'll play your favorite music. What's your favorite music? And I was like, I can't even think about it. Just get the baby out. Like,
Yeah.
So they got the baby out quick. She was great. The intended parents were in a little room right next door that had a window. They brought the baby there immediately, but then it took forever after they got the baby out until like they stitched me up. And I'm like, what's going on? They started to seem a little like worried, and they were like talking quick, and I was like, oh gosh, what's going on? Like, I know the baby's safe, the baby's out, but like, why is this taking so long? And why does everyone seem a little nervous? And they didn't really tell me anything while it was all happening, but it took like an hour after the baby was out to like finally get me all back together. Then I was in the recovery room, and the doctor came by, and she was like, well, you lost a lot of blood. I don't think you're going to need a transfusion, but you definitely hemorrhaged, and you may need like an iron infusion, which I did need later on. They said the vessels that should have been inside the umbilical cord, because they were outside, once they got the baby out, the vessels started like falling apart. They were going all around in my stomach, so they had to like move everything around to make sure they got everything out, which is why I lost so much blood and why it took so long.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.